your economic problems, the way they deal with the political consequences of it is to become more brutal. So let us expect that we shall have much more intimidation, there will be much more abuse of rights, there will be increased police brutality, there will be more torture, and invariably many more people will die arising from the failures, economic failures of the Kenya Kwanza government. That is our prognosis on that matter. The second head is on undermining governance. We have seen and we started this regime with a removal of all corruption cases from the people who were close to it. And our submission of it is that there seems to be a very subtle policy of ensuring that the Kenya Kwanza government appoints corrupt individuals in all spheres of government. And if your idea of what you want to do with government is do business, then one of the things you do not want is to have anybody of integrity in a place of responsibility. Which brings us to the second issue, which is the contempt for ethics. And again, Chapter 6 provides for the ethical standards of government. And we have said that the Kenya Kwanza government has no regard to ethics and is totally contemptuous to the issues of public ethics. And we have seen that in the return of the imperial power, or attempt to return the imperial power of the president to pardon people who are convicted of offenses. And we have seen the last pardons that were made were even for people who were known children rapists were given pardon. People who had committed corruption cases were given pardon. And this is one of the things that Azimio will be going to court to challenge for purposes of ensuring that president cannot create impunity by attempting to promise people that the president can forgive you if you are found guilty of a crime. And we have already seen that being employed where the police are concerned. The third is about the threats to the judiciary. Kenya Kwanza started by appointing the judges who had not been appointed by the previous regime, and also by giving 3 billion shillings to the judiciary as a mark of their commitment to an independent judiciary. Of late, however, we have seen two things. First, the president has openly criticized the judiciary, saying that it is obstructing its development agenda. And the reason for that is that the judiciary has stood against the executive when it has attempted to abuse its powers. And also recently we have seen another attack where the president has said that he's going to take action on corrupt judges. Now, we have a Judicial Service Commission, and it is the Judicial Service Commission that deals with all issues concerning judges. So it is an abuse, a threat to judges and the judiciary for the president to assume the power, or try to assume the power to deal with the judiciary. The third limb under interference with the judiciary is subversion of the course of justice. And this has been because it has emanated from the threats to people who had cases of Mumias, who are told that they have to withdraw their cases. That is a denial of access to justice. Access to justice is a constitutional right directly guaranteed by our Constitution 2010. To threaten somebody who has gone before a court of law is to deny them access to justice. To threaten somebody who has filed a case is to deny them access to justice. The fourth limb is undermining the Senate. And on this one, we are talking about the case of the Finance Act 2023. I will not go further into that because Azimio did file its case against the Finance Act, and we were heard earlier this week. A judgment is going to be delivered, I think, on 24th of November. So we will wait to hear what the High Court has to say about that. The other issue is abuse of environmental rights, which PS Saitoti Turome has also talked about, and I am not going to go back to that. And then there is the undermining of multi-party democracy. First, to say that the regime keeps saying that it welcomes opposition, but on the other hand, it is doing everything to ensure that there is no opposition. And it has done that by attacking